So getting ready to bring heat race number 3 to the racetrack. Let's take a look at your third and final Race Saver Sprint Car heat race. It is going to be on the pole. Justin Bates out of Bartonville, Texas in the 21B, and Bryce Norris out of Terre Haute, Indiana in the 37.
Second row will be the 4X. That'll be Heath Nestrick. And outside, second row will be the 41M. That'll be Steve McMacken, excuse me.
Then we will go to the next row to the inside. It'll be the 21S machine. That is Russell Shoulders out of Forney, Texas, the 21S. And Cody Price out of Farmersville, Texas, the 44C.
Fourth row, all by his lonesome. That's going to be Trevor Service in the number 10.
Trevor Service out of Olivia, Minnesota. Heat race number 3 getting pushed onto the racetrack.
The 21S of Russell Shoulders, probably the oldest racer in the field tonight at about 70, I want to say about 72 years old.
Well, that is a good number.
Yes.
All right, getting ready to come down. Caution lights have gone off, and we are going to be set to go to the green flag. Welcome all of you folks to a little live look-in on Facebook and YouTube via the IMCA TV channels. Great to have you tuned on in. You're getting your final Race Saver Sprint Car Heat Race plus 3 stock cars for free. Oh, nope. I'm going to say by the way Wes kind of hung that flag out there,
Yes,
that was a
no
start.
No go.
So they will get a little speaking to on the receiver.
Yeah, the one-way radio.
Yes.
Best invention ever.
Yes, because if you get to hear them tell you about the start on the one-way radio the second time, it is a one-way ticket to the tail.
So Justin Bates in the 21B. We're looking for the side-by-side start in between that orange cone and that white tractor tire where the lights are.
Yeah,
they're off turn number 4.
That is their start zone.
Yes. The official start zone. Side by side. And once again, we got that front row out there in front. Here comes Russell Shoulders. Bunch up the field just a little bit. Here we go. Front row looks good. Front row looks great. Green flag.
Tell you what, that's a lot better looking than the first one. The first one looked about as horrible as that guy that girl took to senior prom, and I was her date, so it wasn't real pretty. Down the back straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Alpha 3 and 4, they'll come. Down the front chute looking for lap number 1. It's going to be that 21 and Justin Bates to the top spot. Norris, Shoulders, McCacken right there. McCain, right back there. Is a thunder the back straightaway. Still Bates your leader down into turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4.
So Justin Bates leads them off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Second spot for 37 with Bryce Norris. Third, the 21 and the fourth spot, the 44C, that's Cody Price. Rounding out the top 5 is the 41 of Steve McMacken. McMacken going the wrong way in this heat race.
Yeah, you want to go
and that
forward.
number 41, yeah, he's having some problems with it. It looks like he's a little bit of handling on that number 41 machine. Won some races out here last year. Another pole number 41. As the 21B of Justin Bates continues to lead. Bryce Norris continues to run in that second spot. Russell Shoulders is 72 years young. I want to say 72, maybe 71. Russell Shoulders is a 21F. He's run in third. And in fourth spot, the 44C of Cody Price. 21B, Justin Bates kind of checking out on this one. About a 20 car length advantage over Bryce Norris and that number 37.
Down the front straight away, the Thunder to turn number 1 and 2. Next time by, we'll be looking at 2 laps to go. Justin Bates still your race leader as they work on into turn number 3 and 4. White flag going to be coming next time as there's 2 to go.
2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining. 21 p.m. Justin Bates has this one in hand. Bryce Norris continues to run in second. Field really spread out here in heat race number 2.
Down the back straightaway, white flag will come off at turn number 4 this time. They'll race it down into turn number 3 off of 4. It's Bates right there, your race leader. How far out? He's a straightaway. How far is the straightaway here at Devil's Bowl? 3.1 seconds. The advantage he has over him. Final time down the back straightaway. They'll motor into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the hand of your starter, Big Wes. He'll bring him on down. Say this one is DU and done. Justin Bates with the win. We'll wait for Bryce Norris to trip the light fandango there to the number 2 spot. Russell Shoulders, Cody Price, Trevor Searbus, Steve McCacken. Oh, I say McCacken. It's Mackin. And Heath Nestrick. But your fear, he raced 3 winner down the front straightaway. Put your hands together for Justin Bates out of Martinville, Texas.
All right, next up, the Lone Star Stock Car Tour. With that, I'm going to bring in Joe.
Getting ready, stock cars here tonight. Taking a look here, heat race number 1 going to roll to the Speedway here momentarily. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. On the pole out of Selden, Kansas, going to be the 37 of Jason Rogers, your defending Tour champion. And his outside, the P74, is Ryan Powers out of Kennedale, Texas.
Inside row number 2, the Michael Dabney from Kaufman, Texas, in a 717M. And the outside, Derek Green for Granada, Minnesota, in a 32 machine.
Going to row number 3 to the inside, Danny Holt out of Topeka, Kansas in the 7D, and Austin Carter out of Jamestown, Kansas, the 63C.
Inside row number 4, Brown Sugar himself, Angel Munez from Lamar, Colorado, in the 8M. And the outside, Willie G in a 60 from Calera, Oklahoma.
Final 2 starters, we'll see Jesse Sobbing out of Malvern, Iowa, the 99, and Gregory Muirhead out of Mawbank, Texas, as we get ready to roll off heat race number 1.
Jay Van, good to see you again, buddy. Top 3 will qualify now.
So as we get ready to bring this heat race on out to the racetrack.
8 laps will be the distance. Top 3 will redraw, qualify.
Big thanks to Lone Star Supergas, your official Sunoco race fuel supplier of the Sunoco IMCA Stock Car Lone Star Tour. Great to have our folks from Lone Star Supergas. Been with Sunoco Race Fuels and been with IMCA for many, many years.
It's a lot of Lone Star and a lot of Supergas all mixed together right there, buddy.
I know it.
But yes, Vicky Tomastik over there, we lost our man a couple years ago, so here we are now, Sunoco Race Fuel, Lone Star Supergas. See if we're going to get one to go. I don't believe we are at this point.
I believe we're going to get the one to go. I think they just took a lap to roll that top in.
Roll it in a little bit, get some sprints out of the infield, and get back going. We lost Bobby Tomastik last year. And always somebody that was always around the races, from Texas Thunder Speedway and Heart of Texas Speedway.
Hey, where's that guy across turn 1 going? Sick the sheriff after him. You can't cross the racetrack over there.
Run like the wind, son.
Run like the wind. You can be running from the cops.
Last night, we had dogs running across. Tonight, we have humans. All right. Oh, got to be careful. No brakes on the radio. I don't know who that was, but hopefully not out there racing tonight. Lights are out. Here we go. Green flag. Heat race number 1 in your stock cars.
They're racing down the front straightaway. Jason Rogers right there in the Selden, Kansas racer with Ryan Powers out of Kennedale, Texas, side by side. They'll hustle off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Powers on the outside. Here comes the 717M of Michael Dabney out of Kaufman. He'll work to the bottom side of the racetrack. They will work him side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Top 4 cars working there. Top 3 will go to the redraw. And look at this. William Gould now into the top 4.
Ryan Powers, who had a phenomenal night in the factory stock on opening night at Kennedale Speedway, struggled a little bit in the stock car, but now out to a 6-car lead over the 37 of Jason Rogers. Jason Rogers now going to drive to the bottom, see if he can gain any ground, followed up by Green. I believe that's Green, right? The 32 machine. No, the 717, I'm sorry.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, going to be right there your race leader, Ryan Powers. He'll be followed by Rogers. Then it is the 717M of Dabney.
Dabney not picking up on the transponder. A little tough to collect all that information right there, but it is going to be Powers, Rogers, and Dabney is your top 3.
Dabney's got company. Angel Munoz.
Brown sugar in the house.
Out of Lamar, Colorado. Going to work it. Oh, got one of the infield tractor tires. Just screwed the nose across it. See if that does anything now. William Gould out of Colorado, Oklahoma, going to make a run down the back straightaway. Willie G looking to play Jeopardy, looking for that daily double down into turn number 3 and 4. Gould on the bottom. He's coming to the inside of Munoz. Munoz says, well, I guess you honked the horn. You better go. It's going to be to the number 3 spot. Driving Stifler's mom's sister's car. That is the 60 of William Gould III.
Willie G drove it in a little bit hard. Speaking of Stifler's mom, drove it in a little bit hard there, and then, like you said, Munoz let it drift up a little bit and gave Willie G the line, and that's going to let it out front. It's going to be Ryan Powers, Jason Rogers, William Gould. Now Gould looking underneath Rogers for that second position.
Man, William Gould has got turn 4 figured out. Of course, you drive downhill at Devil's Bowl into 3 and 4. You drive uphill in 1 and 2. And, man, watching Willie G do it. He comes in high in 3, uses all the gravity and momentum to drive that thing down to the bottom. Now he's not going to let Jason Rogers do that. He's going to say, dude, I'm going to stick it to the bottom. Yellow is out. Caution's out. Got one.
Debris in the middle of 1 and 2.
Some junk on the racetrack.
Junk in the trunk. Out there in the middle of 1 and 2. Willie G, where did he start at? 8th position up into place number 2. Just 6 of the 8 down. Willie G, I wouldn't say he struggled, but he's had some bad luck, and seems like he might have figured it out on night number 2 here at Devil's Bowl. Night number 3 for the Lone Star Stock Car Tour overall.
So while we're under caution, got some news this morning, and our thoughts and prayers from all of our racing family, and of course from us at IMCA TV and at IMCA. We lost a pretty good veteran racer out of southern Minnesota. Of course, Jim Larson, his sons Jeffrey and Dustin, they compete in IMCA stock cars. The last 3 or 4 years, Jim has been fighting ALS, which is, of course, Lou Gehrig's, and he lost that battle last night. So our thoughts and prayers are with Rhonda and the boys up there and the entire Larson family as they mourn the loss of Jim Larson. And I posted on Facebook, the first time I flagged at Fairmont was in 2000. There were 3 things I remember from that night: the year, the promoter Joe Ringsdorf, and everybody telling me, watch out for Jim Larson, he's rough. Put on Facebook, he wasn't rough, he was just a compassionate, competitive, and a wheel man. So our thoughts and prayers with the Larson family. Here we go, back to stock car. Heat race number 1 down the front straightaway. It will be Ryan Powers, William Gould, and Jason Rogers, 1, 2, and 3. They'll hurry on down the straightaway, hustle them on in.
Ryan Powers going to pull away, but here we have a little 2 cars facing the wrong way in the middle of 1 and 2. I believe we're going to go back to the yellow. Got a couple cars facing the wrong way. I was a little concerned there. Ryan Powers early out to the early lead. And now that William Gould kind of gathered it up, and if he had a little bit of help there, if he could get there, but Ryan Powers with another good start. The 22 Muirhead, part of that caution. What's that car on the back straightaway there, buddy?
Derek Green back there
Derek
on
Green
the round.
32, yeah. So 32 and a 22 will go to the back. If your last number is 2, you got bad luck tonight. Got one pulling off on the top of 1 and 2. Headed to the pits. 2, 4, 6, 8 of the 9 cars left. Gonna have Ryan Powers in a P74 out front. Willie G gonna pick the inside. Outside will be Jason Rogers in a 37. It'll be Angel Muniz on the inside. Sobbing, 99, Sobbing on the outside. Austin Carter on the inside. Alrighty. Lights are out. They say it all looks Wayno. We're in South Texas. We could say Wayno.
Bueno.
We're not really South Texas.
Bueno.
Wayno.
Starts with a B. It's Bueno.
You're not from
You
down
been
here,
drinking today?
I have
Don't
been.
answer that question.
I have been
know
drinking.
the answer. Hey, just so you know, those are rhetorical.
Oh, my bad.
Looking for the green flag. It is up, and here we go. 6 down, 2 to go. Willie G coming to the inside. William Gould going to work the bottom of the racetrack down to the bottom side. Ryan Powers, your race leader. Jason Rogers right back there. He gets hustled back as Angel Munoz comes to the number 3 spot. This time they'll come off at turn number 4. White flag in the air. Jesse Sobbing's got to run on. Jason Rogers puts Sobbing to the number 4 spot with 1 to go.
Kevin Fry with the white flag in the air, and this time by it's going to be Ryan Powers, followed by Willie G. William Gould in the 8 of Angel Muniz. Now Sobbing underneath Muniz, going to drive it down the back straightaway. Make it too wide for that 3rd position. Muniz going to close the door, shut it down on the bottom side, but this time by it's going to be checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Ryan Powers, Gould, Muniz, Sobbing, the 717. Michael Dabney rounding out the top 4.
So it'll be Powers, Gould, and Munoz making their way into the A main tonight. They'll go down, see Super Dave for a little post-race tech
Super
inspection,
Dave.
and do the draw. Let's take a look at heat race number 2, coming to the Speedway on the pole. Out of Joshua, Texas, the 88 is Blake Clark, and his outside out of Hatslet, Texas, the driver formerly called Sioux City, Iowa home. It's Matt Gilliam in the 50 car.
Inside row number 2, last night's winner, Cody Smith from Kaufman, Texas in an 18S. And the outside, Mike Albertson from Audubon, Iowa in a 3 machine.
Coming down to row number 3 to the inside, the 721 is Jason Gore out of Kaufman, Texas. And the 66E is Elijah Ziebenbergen out of Ocheeden, Iowa.
And 4th row, Sean Graham from Shreveport, Louisiana. The triple X in the outside, Richard Mills from Anderson, Texas. 66M.
Final 2 starters out of Hobbs, New Mexico. The 15 is Carby McLaren in the 15, and Jeffrey Abbey out of Comanche, Texas, the 137. Looking for the green flag off of turn number 4. That one's not going to go to the green. That one's not going green. We're going to call that one back. It was almost as good looking as you, Joe.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Exactly.
Exactamente. Was that one of those rhetorical questions?
No, it was actually just one of the comments.
Hey, I just got this text from Edward Harkrow. Somebody drove through the check stop.
What? There's no way. That place better be open on
There's
Wednesday.
a car.
Holy goodness.
There's a car setting in the check stop. Edward
I hope
Harkrow.
they don't. I hope there's kolaches on my way.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Green's up. Here we go. Off of turn number 4 down in front. Certainly Blake Clark going to take the lead down into turn number 1. Yellow is out. Yellow is out.
Debris, I believe. I heard race
Yeah.
control say debris somewhere. I couldn't understand where it was. So no kolaches. What are you going to do instead, buddy?
There's another place right up the street down.
Enchiladas?
There's another
Enchiladas?
kolache
Barbecue?
joint that I know of.
Taco Bell. There's a lot of
Why would you? You are.
Taco Cabana. You know, when I drove you home yesterday from the airport,
You drove me home. You didn't go to Des Moines.
It could have been. As far as we drove around the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, we could have made it to Des Moines. But I noticed you said, there's Taco Cabana. And you had a little thrill in your voice talking
And
about
then I
Taco
saw,
Cabana.
yeah, I mean,
You're like, Taco Cabana. I'm like, why would we go to Taco Cabana?
exactly.
Exactamundo. Blake Clark, still front row. We've had 2 times trying to restart this deal. Let's see if we can get it done the 3rd time. 3rd time's a charm, buddy. Matt Guillaume on the outside. Cody Smith, last night's winner and points leader, I do believe, on the inside, row number 2. Kevin Fry says, let's try it for the 3rd time. Green flag.
Down the front straightaway we will go. It ain't going to get much better than that. Gilliam just not able to keep up at the pace with Blake Clark as they race down into turn number 1 and 2. They'll hurry off with 2 and down the back straightaway. Clark going to be right there. Down the back straightaway, Alex Robinson out there tuned on in on the YouTube channel, watching a little live look in. Heat race number 2. Look out! Wahoo! Got crossed up as we get ready to come on down the front straightaway. Clark, your leader.
Abby facing the wrong way in the middle of 3 and 4. Probably not going to work out well. See if we got 2 down that time. J-Van over there checking it out. Little help from race control. Let's see if we can get it restarted. Blake Clark out front. Cody Smith, Matt Guillaume. They all 3 know they all 3 redraw. So we'll see how that works out. Little bit of trouble here. Heat race number 2 in your stock cars to get them rolling. First heat race, no issues. See if we can restack and repack them. Let's see if we can get them going this time, kids. Keep it together. Gonna have the 88 Blake Clark out front, the 18 Smith, followed by Dabney. Sorry, it's going to be Smith and a 21. 721 of Jason Gore. Matt Guillaume. Just got us a video of the car in the check stop. Free kolaches on the street parking lot. It won't do us any good tomorrow, though, buddy.
We can drive down there right now.
Well, the audience would probably enjoy us not being here, or at least me. So, here we go. Lights are out. Blake Clark going to lead them down through 3 and 4 on the front straightaway.
Green flag comes out. They'll hustle on down the chute. Here we go. Clark going to be followed by last night's feature winner, Cody Smith. Smith will race it on down. There is a hustle on in. Got a bumper nose piece up here on the front straightaway. If it was me, I'd be running my tail off out there to pick that up and run her back across the racetrack.
No, we're going to stay green.
Yellow's out. Yellow's out.
Okay, they saw it. I was about to knock on a window, but no window knocking needed.
So Blake Clark back up front.
We may need a fuel stop at some point in this race. Extended for sure. See if we can figure out who that came off of.
Not sure who it came off of.
That's what I was looking at. They should go to the back. Is that right, J-Van? I mean,
Okay, I'm going to explain debris cautions because there
debris,
are racetracks that if something comes off your car, they charge you the yellow.
Right.
I don't know. No, N-O, and big capital and big O. That driver has no control of what falls off of his race car. So say I'm racing you, right, and I see your rear bumper's loose, and I want to Cole Trickle and Walker Wheeler or whatever that guy.
Yeah, great story.
So then I knock your rear bumper off. I took your rear bumper off. Now you got to go to the tail. How is that fair?
Okay, and I'm also driving down the back straightaway, and I get into 3 and 4, and somebody drives into the back of me, spins me around, and I stop under caution because I am the caution, and I go to the rear. How is that my fault?
Well, I'm probably going to black flag the guy that dumped you.
Yeah, but I still have to go to the back.
2 wrongs, Joe, don't make a right.
I still have to go to the back.
There's 2 violations in that call. 2 violations in that call.
If I'm driving,
hey, well, hang on a minute. You would not
are we
have.
going to have to arm wrestle right now?
You would not have to go to the back because I've seen the cars you raced.
I'm already.
They
at the
would
back.
be debris.
Yes, I'm already at the back. The One-Wheel Wonder down at Marshalltown Speedway. That's a good race.
Yes.
Here we go.
Off at turn number 4. Here we go. Green's up. We're underway. On down the front straightaway, Matt Gilliam's going to run it up there. The Triple X is the one who lost the snoot and the fender, too. So we'll hustle it on in there. It is the 88 machine of Blake Clark out of Joshua, Texas, your race leader. Last night's feature winner, Cody Smith. Man, until last night, I'd not heard of that dude.
Yeah.
But look at this. A guy I have heard of a lot is Elijah Ziebenberg, and we haven't talked much about him all week because he hadn't been doing real good, but now is up there in a transfer spot. Abby right there. Going to lay a little right side romance to Wahoo and move on around him.
Down through the middle of 1 and 2, it's going to be Blake Clark. That kiddo has that car on a rail. Down the back straightaway by about 9 car lengths over the 18S, Cody Smith. But here comes Ziebenberg. Ziebenberg going to close that gap a little bit, see if he can gain a little bit up on the 18S of Cody Smith.
Off at turn number 4, flags are crossed. We're halfway home. It's going to be Clark, your leader, followed by Smith and Ziebenberg, and those are your 3 transfer cars. Now look at Abby. Abby had to go to the tail off of that first caution flag. He's going to move that 137 on up around the Triple X machine of Graham. Now he sets his sights on Jason Gore in the 721. He will gore it down the back straightaway, put it on in to the number 5 spot. They'll hustle off at turn number 4, 3 to go.
Now, as he works up into that 5th position, that helps him in the B lane. If he can't make the transfer, that'll start him up 2 rows up ahead of where he was originally. And that's what Abby's looking to do there. But it's still going to be Blake Clark down the back straightaway, followed by the 18S, Cody Smith, and Elijah Ziebenberg in that transfer position.
They'll hurry him on in there and say hustle off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Popsicle sticks in the air and 2 to go. Down the front straightaway, it's still Clark, Smith, and Ziebenberg. And now Gilliam's got another run in the 50 car. Going to come up to the back bumper and say, hello, how you doing to Elijah Ziebenberg? And Ziebenberg ranked there in the number 3 spot. They'll thunder the back straightaway and into turn number 3.
Matt Gilliam with a little bit of a slow start, as you mentioned early on, seems to have figured it out. Now closing that gap on Ziebenberg. Just not maybe enough to go, as we have the white flag now this time for Blake Clark, Cody Smith, Ziebenberg, your top 3. But here comes Guillaume on the bottom side trying to work underneath Ziebenberg.
Down the back straightaway, final time. Blake Clark going to work it on into turn number 3 and 4. No problems. Got a straightaway 4-second advantage on Cody Smith in the 18S machine. Checkered flag is in the air. It'll be Blake Clark, your race leader and winner. Cody Smith going home to the number 3, your 2nd spot. 3rd is going to be Ziebenberg, and 1 out of a transfer, Matt Gilliam. Then we'll see Jeffrey Abbey, Jason Gore, Sean Graham, Mike Albertson, Richard Mills, and Carby McLaren rounding out the field.
Heat race number 3, your Landham Springs heat race, rolling out on the racetrack right now. And the front row pole will be Trevor Egbert from Salado, Texas in a 78. And the outside, Andrew Schroeder from Fremont, Iowa in a 557.
Going to row number 2 to the inside, it's Travis Hatcher out of Honey Creek, Iowa, the 13H, and Shelby Williams, Bottom, Texas, the 82.
Inside row number 3, Matt Bocher from Murdoch, Nebraska in a 5B. In the outside, Aaron Benedict, Hazlitt, Texas, 77A.
Then we'll see right there in the 4th row to be Lance Hansen Jr. out of Palmer, Texas, the 5H, and Dean Abbey, Boyd, Texas, the 26, and Tim Clonch out of Quinlan, Texas, rounding out your 9-car field.
Tim Clonch, winner, night number 1 at Abilene at the Icebreaker, trying to get together a good race here tonight. All rolling around, and flights are out and green flag.
Green's out. We'll race him off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Trevor Egbert going to get the run down into turn number 1. It will be Egbert followed by Hatcher and Schroeder. 1, 2, and 3. Look at this. Here comes Lance Hansen. Man, what a move. Watch that 5B of Matt Bocher. Bocher right there down to number 3 spot. Working on in. They'll hustle to the top. Look out. Pair of them around. We'll get them on down the front straightaway. It's going to be... I believe caution's going to be coming out. We'll watch them. Everybody going to hand it in there. The 77A of Aaron Benedict and the 26 of Abby turned on around. Lap scored on through.
So it'll be the 78 Egbert out front. Travis Hatcher, I believe Bocher, but as you said, Lance Hansen Jr. with a move of the night so far. Driving down the inside, down the back straightaway, picked off a couple of them. Benedict, Abby around, causing a caution. I'll have to go to the back.
Him and Benedict will rejoin the tail of the field on this one with 1 lap in the books.
I believe Tim Clunch made the call, did he? I don't see the 18, the Tim Clunch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of the 10.
You are a smart
Man, I'm
feller.
smart. I can count by 2 and add 1.
I think if we took the F and the S and moved them around, we'd get a little closer to where you were, though. Looking for the green flag. It's up. We'll stack him up 3 wide off of turn number 4. Look at Shelby Williams, the bottom Texas racer. Going to come on down. Of course, he's already got some feature wins this year. Picked up a couple of them, I believe, down at I think it was a couple of them. I know he at least got one down at the Coca Paw during the Winter Nationals. Look at this, though. Here comes Lance Hansen. Hansen on the bottom, Hatcher on the outside, side by side. Hansen drives it down the hill, gets it into the number 2 spot. Egbert, Hansen, and now look at this. The 21P machine right on in there, hustling on in.
I think the 21P is actually going to be Tim Clunch himself.
I think you're right. That's the 21P is the 18.
Yes, that's what he was in last night.
That's why it's missing data.
Yeah.
Working on down the front straightaway, we'll hustle it on in. The 78 machine right there. Working on into turn number 1 and 2. Clunch back there. Driving the 21P machine. He'll hustle on in. It's still going to be the 78 of Trevor Egbert, followed by Lance Hansen Jr., Travis Hatcher out of Honey Creek, Iowa. As we are halfway home, flags are crossed on this one.
Halfway down, halfway to go. Trevor Egbert in the 78, but here comes Lance Hansen and Travis Hatcher. Hansen made a big move, starting deeper in the field, started 7th up into place number 2. Going to try to drive it down the hill now, coming down the hill at Devil's Bowl Speedway. Not enough momentum there to do anything with Trevor Egbert, though. It's going to be Trevor Egbert, Lance Hansen Jr., Travis Hatcher, Tim Clunch, and it's Shelby Williams.
Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Egbert, Hansen, Hatcher, Williams, Abbey. Working on in there. Williams there. Shelby Williams off the throttle just a bit down the back straightaway. He will keep it there. Clunch there at the number 4 spot. Field will hustle on down. There'll be 2 circuits remaining. Oh, boy. Hang on. She going to get a real right tight. Little roustabout down there. Well, it's a roundabout. Roundabout, not the way to go. So the infield goes, I believe.
Abby.
The 5H machine, 5B of Borcher. Down the back straightaway, white flag going to be coming out this time off turn 4.
White flag out, 7 down, 1 to go. That is going to be for Trevor Egbert. Egbert, a little bit of pressure now from the 5H of Lance Hansen and Bocher. Hatcher, I'm sorry, Travis Hatcher. Hatcher now trying to work underneath Lance Hansen. Nothing doing. Gets a little bit of rumble strips. That's going to shuffle him back about 2 car lengths. Coming to the checker flag here. Heat race 3 number winner. Heat race number 3 winner for IMCA stock car is going to be Trevor Egbert, Lance Hansen Jr. in second, and 13 Travis Hatcher.
So that wraps up heat race number 3, Egbert, Hansen, and Hatcher. Your top 3 cars transferring. For those of you who've been watching on the IMCA TV YouTube channel, watching on Facebook, and wherever you've been watching this live look, and it's been our pleasure having you tuned on in. Still got time to go out and get plenty of racing purchased up for tonight or the rest of the week, as we'll be here tomorrow night at Devil's Bowl. We'll be then Wednesday and Thursday at Heart of Texas, so we hope you can join us there. Look in is looked out.
And rolling out on the race.